What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike. This is Square Root Comics. We're filming this video on a Friday evening. We've got some things in play that I want to mention briefly. Most of you, if you're watching this, you're probably familiar with bigger YouTube content creators in this comic space. So recently, Mike the Spider Slayer, he runs like the Comic Book Corner 2.0. He makes a lot of great content. I subscribe to his channel. If you haven't, please subscribe, check him out. He makes some great content, and he just dropped a video today regarding, DC. And I guess if you want to say the DC universe. It was a really nice video. He did some polls with his community and his subscribers recently, and he was kind of reading some of the comments, and it was a good piece of content. So I kind of wanted to respond to that, but at the same time, I also got a comment from one of my subscribers. So thank you for your comment and for subscribing to the channel. If you've watched my content, or if you even just look behind me, I really don't have a lot of DC represented. So I just wanted to take a moment to maybe make my own video about my thoughts on the DC universe, and just whatnot going forward, okay? So, these are unscripted, guys, so it's a different type of video. With that in mind, as a kid, I got into comics, and, in that era, Superman died, as you can see back here. So I have some DC. I don't have this slab. I guess these are still available, right? But we never opened these as kids. These are mine from my childhood when Superman died. So, DC's always been a big part of my comic experience. I grew up watching the Superman movies with Richard Pryor in them, okay? I got comic book piles on the ground from that era as well, okay? Whatever this stuff is. That was a historical moment. Fast forward to today, right? DC seems to have been left in the dust. I don't know. I think Batman is still kind of like eternal. I don't know if Superman is, viewed the same way by today's culture as he was when I was growing up. I don't know. My grandsons don't talk too much about Superman. You know what I'm saying? Batman, they know. I got some comics in front of me. These are some of my recent DC pickups. One of my latest ones. This is not the foil edition. Okay? And guys, I don't read a lot of the stories. I wish I did. I did when I was younger. I just don't have the time, and I'm more attracted to the artwork and that side of things, and just kind of bonding up with my grandson over the comics, and I like reading them with him, okay? But I also just like collecting and slabbing things, so DC has been great for that. How about that Will Jack art this year, guys? Check out this Poison Ivy. This one I think is a foil. Incredible. Absolutely beautiful. How about this one? Justice League 75. I mean, from an art standpoint, I don't think DC ever fell off. These are some of the beautiful comics. Now, this is a fun one, right? The Doom Patrol. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this variant cover. This is a scratch-off mirror. So, I showed this to my grandson. He wanted to scratch it off so bad, but we got to preserve one. So we went out to get another copy, and it was a little trickier than I thought to find another one. They sold out locally, but I was able to get some online. And he finally arrived, right? And we scratched it off. He got the it was like 5 or 6 variations underneath the mirror, and he got a scary one. So that was pretty funny, pretty cool experience. But yeah, this is the Doom Patrol. This is issue 1. So yeah, they're coming up, doing some things. How about this? I mean, come on. One of the hottest comic books of the year came from the DC verse. Everyone loves this cover art. Come on. Action Comics 1053. Other things, like as a collector, right? I found this, I didn't even put this in a video yet. I found this recently. This is just some random Batman book to me, but I saw this. These DC logos are a little more, I don't know if you'd say scarce, a little more hard to come by. So I saw that, picked that comic up, you know. Here's some old Batman Detective Comics I picked up recently. This looks like number 484. Very cool cover. And also the back cover. I showed this in another video, I haven't even published it yet. That back cover is sick with all those villains. Right, I'll show you one other comic. This is Batman Detective Comics. Looks like number 464. Some type of newsstand variant. You know, for me, comics in general is a giant rabbit hole. I spent more time and money and energy on comics. I'm not saying this in a bad way, but truthfully, more than I ever thought I would. And I'm okay with that. I'm enjoying this hobby very much. But it's a big rabbit hole, and I just, you know, I can't get every single thing that I want to get. It's impossible. Not in the grades that we want, right? So I had to like put some restrictions on myself. So for me, I didn't go crazy getting DC stuff and Superman and Batman itself. There's so many variations of Batman stories. You know, you could spend hundreds of thousands of dollars a month just on Batman pretty easily, I think, if you tried to collect everything that they put out there and all the variations, right? But you could say the same thing about Spider-Man or whatever. I just can't focus my energy into every comic, into every universe, whether it's Marvel, DC, Image, whatever it is, independent. I just try to get the stuff that I like. I try not to be biased about who the creator is. I've got stuff from Whatnot Comics, Valiant, Image. I've got some of those other comics with pretty ladies on the cover. I try not to discriminate. I get a bunch of different stuff. And if you're wondering what you should be collecting, I think you should collect what you like. But also collect things that you think maybe have potential to go up. And I do like the idea of collecting trade bait. That's something to think about. Anyhow, this video has been a bit of a ramble, but like I said, I just wanted to kind of throw my thoughts out there into the YouTube sphere of comics. DC, it's on the come up. I've seen more press, more articles being pushed to me in my feed on my phone, right? We know the same guy that did the art for this book, the same guy that did the art for this book is now the president of DC. Something like that. He's like the big head honcho. I think he does still have a boss or someone he reports to, but I mean, he's like beyond now an artist, right? So I think that could be good for the comic world. Think about Todd, right? Todd was just an artist, right? And now he's like, at the tip of Image, I think, right? And now you got this guy, Jim Lee, was an artist or just an artist, and now he's like more, I don't want to say the CEO, but like an executive. And that's okay, guys. That's part of life. People change careers, they climb corporate ladders, and their passions and interests change and whatnot. I get it. And life is an interesting journey, right? So it takes us on things that we can't even imagine, that we can't foresee. So, anyhow, just found this other comic behind me the whole time. Gotham City Sirens. So, I mean, I know it looks like I don't have a lot of DC represented. I'm not a DC hater. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to see what happens. My grandson is actually excited also. He's learning about the Green Lantern. He's like, we played a video game on Roblox or something, and he had like a Green Lantern, some energy came out. He was like, what is this? And so he wants to learn. I think he's becoming a young athlete, and he likes the Flash and the idea of someone that runs so quickly like that, So I think it's great that, these are classic comic books, right? Thank you all for checking out my content. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please hit subscribe and like to help our channel grow. We'll see you in the next video. Have a great weekend, everybody. Peace.